Welcome students to GEOS380 Geological Hazards for Spring 2022 semester. This is a short introductory video and how-to guide to get started with the course. And it's going to be pretty general, but I'll walk you through where the course materials are, how to turn in your assignments, how to keep track of the schedule, and even more topics that might be of importance to you as you start to get to work on class. So this course is asynchronous online, and what that means is you can work at your own pace. However, I would like you to do the units sequentially, and for some of them you're going to need to do the units at the same time as your other class members, because there's going to be some discussion and comment posting assignments that you'll need to do kind of on time, but if you do them too far in advance, you won't have the opportunity to interact with your fellow classmates. So the first thing I'd like you to do is go to the GeoHazards website. The URL is here and I sent it in a link to you. eCampus is going to be adding you all as users to the site, so you're going to want to look out for an invitation to join the WordPress site via email sometime really soon before the class gets started next week. First thing, go to the home page. You'll get this welcome message and it's going to tell you a little bit about the course. It's going to be conducted on two platforms, WordPress and the UAF Canvas platform. So we're not using Blackboard, we are using Canvas. And I think I got all of the mismatched information in the WordPress site fixed. So we will be using Canvas. So the WordPress site is going to serve as a virtual classroom. So all of your primary course resources and materials are in this Geological Hazards WordPress site. I'd like you first to click the green highlighted links to explore. Just in general, what the course content is going to be, what the expectations are, how grading works, what late penalties are for late work, and etc. First, if you go to the how-to, you'll get instructions for how to do all sorts of things. Contact me. My office hours are by appointment, either online or in person, but I'd like you to email me to make an appointment so that I can meet with you. If you email me and you have a pressing question, you might need to be a little bit patient. I usually respond within 12 hours on weekdays to all email inquiries. And on the weekends, I'll check email once or twice. So if you have something you wish to discuss or you have a question, email me first and then I can arrange an appointment with you. So to get started with the course, you're going to want to click this page here in the WordPress site and follow these instructions. You can follow them step at a time. So step one is log into the WordPress site using your UA, username and password. So UA uses the Google Apps for everything. And we run into issues if you use a non-UA email address for this class, because some of the platforms that UA uses automatically exclude external email addresses, probably for security purposes. So to be on the safe side for this course, just use your UA email address. It's so much easier. Otherwise, I may just tell you if you run into a problem to go back and try the same thing again using your UA email address. I know for some people that's not a very preferable platform, but it'll make your life a lot easier in this class if you just stick to your UA email address. First thing you're going to want to do is click your online profile, create your online profile for WordPress. So to do that, click on this link, create online presence. And when you first log in using the temporary password eCampus is going to give you to the WordPress site, you're going to be assigned a Wavatar. It's a funny cartoon character that's going to be attached to your profile. You can keep that if you want. If you want to get fancy, you could use a Gravatar, but that's optional. I'd like you to make up an anonymous nickname, a pseudonym, that's going to serve as your public presence in the course. I do lock this course after the first week so that it's only visible to you and your fellow classmates and me and eCampus. But just for privacy purposes, you don't have to use your real name. I know who you are for grading purposes. I'm not going to reveal who you really are if you don't want that. So it's easier to just pick a pseudonym. Your email address is attached to that pseudonym though, so that's why I have the class to be restricted to registered students only. Go to the dashboard. It's going to look something like this. Click on Profile, and you're going to choose your nickname. You can put your first and last name in there if you want, but choose your nickname. You're going to display your name publicly as your nickname. So that's the setting down here. You can tell me what your nickname is, and we're using Canvas. Sorry, I'll fix that. I can usually figure out who you are, but if you let me know, that's a little bit easier for me. This is how to create an optional gravatar. I'm not going to go into that here because it is optional. But once you get your WordPress profile set up, you're ready to start posting. So we go back to the how-to, how to make a blog post. So in WordPress, this is actually pretty easy. You're going to navigate to the plus new menu button at the very top of the navigation bar and select post. You're going to be given an editor window. So you can see here now I've re-logged in using my login, and now I have this dashboard up at the upper top part of the WordPress site. So to make a new post, you click on the plus new button. And it's going to bring you to the WordPress editor. You can type in your post here. You'll see you can add all sorts of stuff. You can add images, you can add whatever you want. Video clips, you name it, whatever you want. It's a pretty nice little interface. So once you're done typing your post, to publish it, you're going to publish it. I'm going to go to the post menu here though, because this is a little bit easier. It gives you some different things. So the categories are actually really important. Say I'm typing a post in here about volcanoes. I'm going to want to assign it the category that it needs. So it's going to be volcanoes, and if I'm working on say I'm working on Unit 1, I'm going to click the Unit 1 category. So this is actually really important because it collates all of the posts in WordPress to the appropriate place within the course so that you and I can find them all easily. They're nicely organized. If you don't click the category button, it's just going to end up just kind of in the general category, and I'll be able to find it, but I have to search for it. So it's a lot better if you click the category button when you make your post. When you're ready to publish, you'll publish your post, and it'll be live, and then you can go view your post, and you'll go back, and here's my post. So here is Unit 1 Introduction, Volcanoes, my name, the date, leave a comment, there's my post, you're done. So to do a comment on a post, there's two ways you can do it. You can leave a comment, it'll take you down to the bottom of the page, or you can just go down to the bottom of the page and leave a reply. And I'll type in here, cool. And then I'll post the comment. So that's the basics. So there's my original post, and there is my comment on my original post. So more information about how to comment is on that how-to page, and I have a screenshot there that shows you two ways that you can leave a comment. So you can always refer back to this page if you get stuck. All right, a really important thing is, since this is an asynchronous class, you're going to be in charge of staying organized yourself. So it's going to be really important that you keep track of the assignments and the due dates. So to do this, here's the schedule page. It's up at the top menu bar here. Click on that, and you will see the whole course schedule. So we have different units. Unit 0, that's going to be an event of the week, short little assignment each week for 10 weeks. Unit 1, orientation, that's during the first week of classes. Unit 2, and so on. So you'll see the topic and the dates. You're going to want to put these in your calendar, or you can, I'll try to link to the Google course for the calendar. I had a little bit of trouble doing that when I was trying to prepare for this class, so I'll try to get that working. But you can always add your own to your own calendar, these dates and due dates. Due dates are here in this column. These are the dates by which you're going to submit your work. Everything is due by 11:59 p.m. on the due date. Here are the total points for each assignment in the last column. Here's a short little synopsis of what the assignment is in this column here. So this schedule page, this is where you're going to really want to spend a lot of time before each unit, while you're working on each unit, and then check back in for the due dates. It'll also tell you in a very short synopsis what you're going to be doing for each unit. Okay, so if I go back to the how-to and scroll down, so to find where the work and the content for the course is, you're going to go to the units menu sequentially. So each unit also is here described in detail. This is where all of the assignments for the class are going to be kept. And this is where a lot of the course content is going to be as well. And if it's not embedded within the WordPress site, you're going to have links to take you outside of WordPress to other resources. So if I want to go to, say, the orientation page. This is the first week of class, Unit 1, Orientation. You're going to watch a short introduction video. It gives you, again, the dates and the due dates. It gives you an estimated amount of time it's going to take you to complete the course. It's going to have learning goals, and then it's going to have your assignments. So when you go into each of these unit menu pages, do these things sequentially and read everything in detail because it explains everything completely. So for your first class assignment for the class blog, you're going to introduce yourself to the group. You're going to post to General under Discussions. Go back to the how-to page and follow the instructions if you're not quite sure how to do that yet. And you're going to just write a short little synopsis. Why you wanted to take this class, what type of natural hazard you find most interesting and why, what your experiences with a hazardous or disastrous event have been, and you're just going to write a short paragraph, 300 to 500 words, or if you've never lived through a disaster, you can just describe one that you're particularly interested in. So that assignment is finished after you create that blog post on the WordPress site. You'll do a syllabus quiz. You'll navigate to Canvas. You're going to upload a Word or a text document that gives the answers to the quiz. These are the quiz questions right here. So you'll write the answers to these 2 questions and you'll upload it to Canvas. The syllabus, I should take you back to that, is here. The syllabus actually doesn't have any course scheduling information in it. It has the description, the course goals, it has student learning outcomes, it has the reading materials, technical requirements, instructional methods. Late work policy, this is very, very important. I would like you to read the late work policy and agree to adhere to it. Academic integrity, and so on. I'm going to go back to another unit here. When you start to work on your 2 case studies later on in the course, you're going to choose a hazard, and you're going to choose a specific disaster event that was caused by that hazard. And for this, there's a whole bunch of hazard topics, and this is where you're going to find actually the course materials for the class. So say you're particularly interested in volcanoes and volcanic eruptions, and you're going to do one of your case studies on a really bad volcanic event that caused a lot of damage. Say, I don't know, whatever one it could be. To find all of the course materials about volcanoes, click on the Hazard Topics menu, Volcanoes, and you're going to find a lot of resources that you're going to need. YouTube videos, you're going to find, How Volcanoes Work website, which is really great online textbook, basically, of volcanology. You're going to see where all of the week 1 and week 2 and week 3 assignments are for the case studies, and so on. So these hazard topics websites for each of the different types of hazards we're going to cover in this class, this is really your textbook for the class, and it describes also in detail what you're going to need to do for each of those case study assignments. Okay, so the next important thing is how to turn assignments in on Canvas. So Canvas in this class, we're just going to use it basically as a way for you to turn in your assignments and to receive your grades. All of the class materials are going to be in the WordPress site, and much of the class activity is going to be in WordPress. but it's important to know how to turn assignments in Canvas. So my Canvas website for this course is actually pretty bare bones. It's really just a bunch of assignment upload links and a grade book. So you're going to log into Canvas. I have links to the UAF Canvas portal in the WordPress site. If you look at this screenshot here, you're going to go to the left sidebar menu and click on Modules. And you're going to see all of the modules for the class. At the very top is a link to the WordPress site, just in case you get lost. In the Unit 1 menu, you're going to have a link to the instructions for the assignments for Unit 1, and then you're going to see intro blog post, orientation syllabus quiz, and create WordPress account and nickname. Those three things are the assignment upload links. So when you're done with your blog post, I'm going to use this as a way to grade you. You don't have to upload anything for that one. Your orientation syllabus quiz, you will need to. So when you click on that, you're going to see a space for uploading your responses to the syllabus quiz. So in Canvas, the easiest way to get to where you need to turn something in is to go to the Modules menu. If you use the Assignments menu on the left sidebar, it's going to basically take you to the same upload links. They're just going to be reorganized a bit differently. I'm still getting used to the Canvas platform. There's no way to turn these things off without having all the assignment upload links just go away. So I'm kind of stuck with it. So these are the same upload links. They're just organized by date, not by unit, if you click on the Assignments link. The Grades link on the left sidebar menu, that's where you're going to see your grades. The Quizzes link on the left sidebar menu, that's going to be where you take your hazard topic quizzes if you choose one of the hazards that I needed to make a quiz for. If you choose another hazard like wildfires or hurricanes, you're going to be taking quizzes outside of the WordPress site in the MetEd UCAR modules instead. That'll be more clear to you when we get to that point in the class. You're ready to upload something to Canvas, it's really easy. If you go to the Start Here page, there's a link to the UAF Canvas platform. If you click on it, it's going to take you to something that looks like this. You're going to log in, and when you're logged in, you're going to get something that looks like this for the course. So I logged in using Student View. Here's all of the things I was talking about before. Click on the modules and you will see the modules are arranged by unit, and so if we click on the intro blog post here, you're going to see what you're going to be doing. So you'll complete that assignment by writing the blog post to the WordPress site, and this is just for the gradebook. But if you're going to have one that you need to upload something for, like the orientation syllabus quiz, when you click on that assignment, you're going to be given a submission upload type, text, or upload of a PDF or whatever. You're going to be given multiple attempts, and when you've uploaded it, you'll submit your assignment, and then it'll show me that it's submitted. It also gives the due date. So I'm going to use Zoom, but not in any sort of scheduled or official way. Zoom is a really great tool. I'm probably going to be using it primarily for office hours. I might do some informal discussion sections during the weeks. Those won't be required, but they'll be kind of in a drop-in basis, kind of like a recitational or, just like a group discussion facilitated by me. Zoom is pretty easy. I'll just send you a course Zoom link. I'm going to set up a dedicated GEOS380 Zoom room. And so I'll put the links to that Zoom meeting in the Canvas portal, as well as I'll email it out to you guys. Google Chat is also a really great tool. I actually prefer this one because it's low bandwidth, and if you are on your phone, you can really easily join on your phone. It's a lot easier for some students who don't have good internet to join a Google Chat session than a Zoom session. So to access the chat, I set up a GEOS380 Spring 2022 chat room. You'll access this through the UA Google Apps portal using your UA username and email address. The chat menu can be found up in the 9-button menu square up on the upper right. And, when you click on that and you click on the chat icon, it's going to pop up something like this. Select the GEOS380 Spring 2022 course room. And once you click on that, you're going to see an interface that looks like this. I typed a little test post here with a picture of an erupting volcano. You can type your chat questions into the little chat space below. I'm going to try to schedule 2 chat sessions per week. To be determined, because it really revolves around all of your schedules, and I try to accommodate most of you if possible, which is kind of difficult sometimes. So I'll work on that scheduling of the chat sessions during the first week of class. So you do need a computer and the internet, being an online class. We're going to use some different tools. We're going to use Google Earth. You're going to have some presentations to do for Units 7, 8, and 9. I've got some tools and resources page for ideas. You can click on that. Just some interesting different tools if you want to play around. I really encourage you guys to get creative with this course, especially for Unit 9 where you're going to make an educational product. If I scroll back down, I think that that is pretty much it. If you have, oh, actually there's one more thing. Rubrics for all of the assignments are over here in the very far right top menu bar. If you click on that, you're going to see grading rubrics for all of the assignments that require writing. So orientation session, here's the rubric. It gives you a point score at the top. It tells you what I'm expecting from you. It tells you the level of achievement I'm expecting to get each sort of range of points. You can look at this. I encourage you to look at this for every single assignment that we're going to do before you embark on the assignment. So you'll know how to get a really high grade in this class. I'm going to also tell you here really quickly how to do well in this course. The most important thing, if I go back to the syllabus, is to turn your work in on time. So I do take late points off. If you turn in your work 1 to 3 days, I'll take 10% off. 3 days to a week, it's going to be 20%. 8 to 14 days late, 30%. If you're even in the 8 to 14 day window, I highly encourage you to submit your work, even if you're going to get a late penalty. Because if you don't, you're just going to get a 0 and you'll miss out on any points possible. So please return all your work. Just finish it even if it's late. But work more than 14 days late, I'm not going to accept it because it just gets to be a big can of worms for me to try to go back and find all of this late work that is really late. So you're just going to get a 0 unless you have a valid excuse with some documentation. So if you have a family emergency or you've been out sick for 2 weeks or some other thing comes up that prevents you from doing your work, let me know ahead of time. Don't wait until it's past 2 weeks late and then say, oh gosh, I had this horrible problem happen. You need to tell me as soon as you possibly can. I will give you an extension due to valid excuses, but I really need you to communicate with me. If you don't communicate with me, then I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to get mad. Things happen. Life is kind of wonky a lot of the times for everybody, and I get that. I'm really forgiving, and I'm really willing to work with you, but you got to tell me what's going on. Okay, I think that is about it. And again, welcome to GEOS380. This is a really fun class, and I'm really looking forward to learning alongside with you guys again this semester. Okay, see you soon.